And welcome back, everyone, on the Decoders channels for a new Skribr show with not one but two person from Skribr Media, Tenomics and Leeway.
Hey, how are you all doing?
Welcome back. Happy to have you here.
Yo.
Wait. Okay, no, it's good.
Happy to be
No,
here.
okay. Yes. How was your weeks? Your weeks away? Like Tenomics, do you feel better? You're good?
Yeah, I was just getting over a sickness, and my whole sort
Yeah.
of family got crook. So the flu goes through our whole family when one of them gets it. So yeah, I'm just sort of recovering from that, getting back to it.
Yeah.
But
It's that
school
wonderful
holidays,
time
you know?
of year over here. That
Yeah.
wonderful time
Yeah.
over here, year where everyone goes down
Yeah,
one
Yes.
way or another.
yeah. It's winter, right? For you.
Yeah.
And I live in miserable, cold ass Melbourne, so
Yeah.
it's pretty miserable in this weather.
The city with like 24 season in 24 hours.
Pretty much, that's what they say. Yeah.
You should consider coming up to the Gold Coast, mate. It's pretty much like this recently.
Yeah.
Couple rainy
Yeah,
days
right.
here or there.
You should have like a Skribr house.
Ooh, no comment.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
No, nothing.
What?
Nothing.
What?
Are you doing that?
What?
No.
No.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know. Sorry if I say something.
No,
I didn't know it's happening.
silly talk, man. Nonsense.
Fair enough. Okay. My bad. Skip it. So what about you, Liwei? How was your week since our last little chit chat?
Yeah, good, mate. Just pretty cruisy.
Yeah.
Been feeling unusually quiet on the timeline, so I'm keen to sort of catch up as well. I always enjoy these chats for that, and get into some stuff and keep up to date.
Yeah, 100%. Bro, like the one tip to stay aware of exactly what's happening on the timeline is to use G-Rock. I'm using to build my video. G-Rock, you know the AI on Twitter? You can say...
Grok. Yeah.
Grok? You call it Grok?
Oh, I have been.
Okay. Dynamics, how do you say G-Rock? Do you say G-Rock?
G-Rock? What are you talking about?
The AI
Grok,
thing that's on
the
Twitter.
AI on Twitter.
Oh, no, I never really use it. Grok, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Grok? Okay, so...
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, well, I just clicked into my Grok, and it's all football-related stuff because I've been following the Euros and then rugby league, so...
I don't think I've ever used it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I haven't seen that before. Oh, fun mode. Here we go. What have we got here?
Fun mode, bro. No.
More football. That's more football. It's all football for me, mate.
Yeah, but the fun mode is like it's just like the AI making joke with you about what the fuck you asked. But it's cringe as fuck, man. Like,
good to know. I'll have to have a play around with it then.
Yeah. But I prepare like a couple of videos like that. I say, oh yeah, what happened on crypto this week, and then it gives me like all of the tweet and stuff. That's
I see. You actually. Oh yeah, I didn't see the thing down the bottom where you can ask it something.
Exactly.
It's just brought me stuff, and it's all football related.
Should I be using it?
Yeah, this is.
Am I sleeping on this thing? Because I have not used it once.
Try it, bro, and then you will see that wow, it's so powerful. You're gonna have a haha moment for sure.
Giving a wrap up of the timeline would be amazing because I don't have time to scroll through the timeline. So if I can just say, hey, Grok, give us a wrap up what happened on the timeline today, that would be pretty handy.
And that's how I use it. It's okay. So you kind of like to double check it and go a little bit deeper. It's not like ChatGPT efficient yet, but they are releasing an update soon, and it's. Right now, it has the worst state it will ever be. So it's a good way of using it, I think.
Yeah, cool. Fair enough. That's cool, man. I never thought at this early age in my life I'd already be saying things like, I can't keep up with the technology. But that's handy to know that it's there. Just got to utilize it. Here you go. Here's a good summary. Germany sold another 15 million of Bitcoin to Bitstep, apparently. Yeah, that's handy. I like that.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It definitely beats doom scrolling through the timeline, that's for sure.
Yeah. Can you imagine how you're going to feel when you have like the age of Dynamics?
Oh, geez. Well, yeah, it's already down here for me, man. I've got between back injuries and knee injuries, I'm already a grumpy old man. So I'm already there, mate. Already there. The structural integrity of my joints is just, good grief.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Are you so young, bro?
Sorry?
You're so young. Why is that happening to you?
Yeah, here's some alpha. Don't grow up playing rugby against kids that are much, much bigger than you. Especially if they're from the Pacific Islands. They're built different over there.
The New Zealand guys and stuff?
Yeah, like Samoans and stuff like that.
Oh, shit. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, once you get walloped by one of those boys, you sort of rethink your life choices. But that's okay. I had my fun.
That's why you can. Yeah. That was a tangent. That was a tangent.
Yeah. Before we get too off topic.
Oh, yeah. And GM Pengzu. Penguin blue waving Tia. Let's go. That's what's up. Got some problem with the emotes, but yeah, happy to have you here, Pengzu. Like the usual, like the Fidel, the loyals, watchers, viewers. Anyway, so do you want to talk about the Euro soccer, Liwei? No. We can skip that.
Oh, no, I could go on for ages about soccer, man. Yeah, we're here to talk crypto. We can talk football anytime we want to.
Oh, football? Okay.
Because,
when did lose? Because I was thinking about Germany, right? Selling all of their Bitcoin while they lose all of the games during the Euro, right?
Are you suggesting there's a connection?
That's possible. I mean, loser once, loser twice, right?
Retaliation, so they're going to dump on the market.
Yeah, it's called karma. What are they doing? Like, are they even profitable? We don't even know, right?
Well, I think that was the biggest question I had. We sort of briefly spoke about it before. Was Germany's got all this Bitcoin to sell? I'd love to know where it came from, because if it's from, for example, being confiscated, they've got no cost basis for it. So really, they could sort of dump in at any time they want to, and get something out of it. So it just depends what the circumstances are, which I don't really know. And Drew, good God, man. Oh, anyway, that's more football stuff.
Yeah, no, but like, they bit like Switzerland. Yeah, maybe they will do it for once.
Yeah. Actually, something I saw the other day that sort of caught my eye, I forgot to mention it, and Pengzu will probably love this, is for a moment there, the Van Eck Twitter page, they were rocking a pudgy penguin as their PNG.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I thought, that was cool. It's still there. Hang on. Yeah, it's still there. That just blew my mind. And clearly the intern's having fun because they're bull posting about Ethereum. So that might make you instantly.
He's probably going to get fired when the boss realizes what's happening.
But that was a nice little find. I thought that was interesting.
Man, I mean, is the Pudgy Penguin the only NFT project that has been successful because they are doing other stuff than NFTs / Web3 partnership?
They've definitely broke into that sort of, mainstream products and things like that. Yeah, the fact that I get it in random chat groups on Facebook and stuff. Someone will send a GIF and there's like a Pudgy Penguin. I'm like, oh, it's a Pudgy. They're like, what? They don't know what it is, but it's gone that mainstream that it's everywhere. So I think they've sort of successfully done that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I find that as well. I'll bring up like, oh yeah, do you guys know where this is from? And they're like, it's just a cartoon. I'm like, no. But if I say if it's an NFT, they're all gonna be like, oh, this again. So I never bring it up. It's just interesting to see. Like even my missus will send me reels from the Pudgy Penguins page, and I'm like, do I tell her? No, it's okay. She doesn't need to know. But they've credit to them. They've held up and gone up while everyone else has been going down quite drastically as well. Didn't you see what Van Eck did during NFT NYC? I am curious now. Trust Pengs to know, keep up to date with all the Pudgy news. At the New York Stock Exchange.
Nope.
What, you don't?
I don't know.
Tell us, Pengs.
Yes.
Yeah, go on. Put us out of our misery.
Yes. Oh, GM, Vicky. What's up? I can find, it was not yesterday because it's not on the timeline. But that's, it's like, the fact that people are seeing pudgy penguins without knowing that's an NFT or even like knowing what the fuck they are, is that the true version of success? Like you don't know who you are, but like you know you're everywhere.
It's like they've done a really good job at expanding their IP and going mainstream with it. I still just don't know how that correlates to the NFT. I still don't think anyone's figured that out yet.
Yeah.
Like what it's cool and all, but who gives a shit? You know what I mean? It's cool if they build products and it's a company and it makes lots of money, but again, I don't think anyone's really figured out like how does that translate to value to the NFT holder.
Yeah, exactly.
In some way. You can't do revenue share and that. It's all crap.
I think a lot of the, I guess for the NFT side of things, at least my understanding of it is very much a long game where by creating enough populated interest around the brand, people start then looking for things to collect based on that brand. So like, for example, Pokemon cards and stuff like that. And so when people, maybe when Pudgy Penguins gets to that point where people are actually pursuing those collectibles, they might look at the NFTs and go, hey, that's the OG kind of thing. That's one theory I've seen. I guess they can certainly position themselves that way, but it's definitely a long game, that's for sure. I think that's the biggest thing.
I don't believe in that. Like who's going to spend like $3,000 on an NFT when you buy a plushie at Walmart for $15?
Yeah, well, it's I guess different layers of to what degree they want to collect as well. Like, you know, people spend $10,000 on Pokemon cards as well. Like when they can get a Pikachu plushie for $20
just to have it on the shelf or put it in a safe.
Yeah. Like I had a card as a kid, which it turns out I found out later in my life would have been worth $20,000, and found out my mum donated it to some kid down the road. And I'm like, yeah, that hurt, but you know, it's there. It's definitely there, and there's markets for people. Buy baseball cards as well. There's a big part of that too. And I think, if I remember correctly, Luca came up through that. Actually, Pains might know this better. I remember seeing something about him collecting baseball cards and trading them at some point too. So maybe
I think it was drop shipping. I think that's where I think it was drop
shipping that too. Yeah, he was doing that as well.
Is there anything they're not doing? Like what the fuck?
everything, baby.
Yeah. That's okay. So same thing. Have you seen the pushes of Abstract and other EVM layer 2 focus on apps adoption? Yeah. Okay.
A whole layer 2.
I think Luca tweeted about it because it's not on the Pudgy timeline. Frame has been acquired. Yes, that's the tweet. Let me share that. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. Tag. Frame has been acquired. Oh, it's too small. Boom.
Oh, so it's not a chain per se.
Abstract chain is a blockchain for
it's a protocol. I remember Frame, they did like an airdrop for everyone on like ETH NFTs and stuff. I remember getting a claim for it. Yeah.
Why are they not coming to Solana?
I don't know.
They need to bridge. Bro, Pudgy Penguins on Sol, that would be cool.
Well, I heard that they were working towards doing something cross chain at some point as well. But I suppose there's a lot of things in the works. I think,
isn't Little Pudgies able to go cross chain?
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. They can go to Polygon and Binance.
Yeah.
With like in a ramp in like a toboggan. Do you say toboggan in English? I don't think so.
I love your sound effects there with that one.
They're sliding into another chain. But then, bro, who is going to use a Pudgy Penguin on Binance?
Yeah, I haven't heard. I haven't even looked at Binance Smart Chain for a long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
I don't know why anyone still uses that stupid chain.
Brings back memories.
Exactly.
Not necessarily great ones, but anyway.
It's only mania. Like that's the only use case for that chain is when crypto's in that mania where everyone's just buying every single new thing that comes out and everything just pumps. But, back then we were like playing around Pancake Swap a lot.
Yes.
A lot of the IDO boom happened on Binance Smart Chain.
Yeah, all the different launch pads and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was an interesting time.
Literally new coins being listed every day, and
haven't looked at it since. I'm just going to quickly turn my heater off. I'll be right back.
Yes, no problem. I remember I minted like the pancake NFTs, and the floor price went to 20 BNBs in the like couple of hours. Right now it's like 0.3 or something like crazy.
What else?
That was a good old days.
What else is new?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but by the way, yeah, the NFT comeback that lasted approximately 5 minutes. How do we feel about that?
It was bound to happen. Everyone got, as soon as I started, like, I think it was what is it? Mad Lads sort of led that field, right? Mad Lads was sort of holding their price, going up a little bit. I think we saw SMBs climbing a little bit. So all of a sudden, everyone got excited. It's like, oh, NFTs making a comeback. But I think what it is it's just like this wild attention that people are chasing. And as soon as like the meme coin thing started to slow down, everyone's like, all right, what's next? Oh, is NFTs making a comeback? Oh, yeah, I heard NFTs. And it just becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy where everyone says, NFTs making a comeback. So everyone starts buying, they pump a little bit, but there's no momentum behind it. So after that initial little pump of everyone who reckons it's about to pump buys in, then it just goes flat again. So all those people who are chasing these gains go, well, there's no gains here. This is shit. I'm out. So they sell and it just drops back again. So literally just had this little blip in the chart. That was it.
Yeah.
There's no way we're having an NFT come back anytime soon. I don't care what anyone says. The market is just not ready for an NFT comeback whatsoever.
The market is so weird, man. Okay, just quickly, let's come back to the Pudgy, Penguin, Bells, Nasdaq stuff. That's a Pudgy.
Oh yeah, I was on the big screen.
Wow.
So.
It's crazy, right? Like, yeah.
I wonder whose Pudgy that is. That's got to be a nice little notch under your belt as well.
Yeah, my Pudgy is the one that rang the bell.
Oh, is it now?
Buy it for 50,000 ETH.
Yeah, that'll have a premium on it.
Yeah. But the market, again, the market is weird because, again, like we break the all-time high before the halving, and then everyone is expecting the ETF money to bring trillions of dollars into our dear Bitcoin, and then this $1 trillion are going to go directly into bonk. That's the expectation, right? So
straight into bonk.
Bonk's actually reasonable. I think people were expecting it to go into daddy coin and shit.
Yeah, or mother and all that shit. Oh, grief. Yeah. Well, I think it's because I remember, I'm not sure if you remember Dynamics a while back, we did like a round table Twitter space, just of our view of the market. And one of the most commonly asked questions was our thoughts of how the ETF would affect it. And the general consensus was that it's a classic buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. More often than not, by the time something happens, it's already been priced in as well. Everyone's waiting for the news. They got their expectations, and then if they get met with disappointment, then they bail out as well.
Markets have always, forever been forward thinking. There's like it's the classic statement of this time's different. It's like, no, it's fucking not. Like, it never is. It never has ever once been different. It's always priced in. That's the whole, psychology of markets. Like that's just how it works.
Yeah, and it's just been interesting to see. Like, I get people can have sort of bullish and bearish biases, but so often I think people forget that you can also have a neutral bias as well. We've been ranging for the better part of 3-4 months now, and you've still got people being really, really bullish or really, really bearish. Me personally, I'm like, well, the market needs to decide what the hell it wants to do as well. Sort of play what's in front of you. But that was interesting because you had the run up and you had all the trading gurus come out again, and then they sort of slowly disappeared as we were ranging again. Well, it's just funny to watch sometimes.
If that's true, if I say like the market is more often ranging than up or down,
I would say it's choppy.
Yeah. Well, you tend to go through phases of expansion and contraction. Yes. And stop me if I'm completely off base here, Donnie, as well, because you're far more knowledgeable in this department. But you tend to get, after those expansive periods of consolidation, then expansion.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's never a continuous one or the other, rarely continuous one or the other. It's just ultimately a reflection of market psychology as well.
Yeah, accumulation, markup, distribution. Sometimes it expands, sometimes it retracts, but it's always the same.
Actually, funnily enough, you say distribution, Donnie. Have you seen all the Wyckoff experts that have come out of the woods again?
God, it's just like all these things are on rotation of the flavor of the month. Someone posts a chart and overlays it over some price action, is like, oh my God, it's literally printing this pattern, and it's and then all of a sudden, everyone's an expert on that strategy for a while, like for a couple of weeks. And then when they're wrong, they move on to something else. But yeah, they're always a guru at everything. I tend just to not listen to anybody anymore. Given up.
I think the best advice. I think the best advice I give to a lot of people, I can say to a lot of people, is whenever you always be skeptical of people who are almost too certain, because at the end of the day, no one trades at 100%. And if someone's talking like they do, and I'm talking things like "don't fade me," "could not be me," all that kind of stuff, and
I called this, I called that.
Yeah, there's no way that you are right enough of the time to be that arrogant and self-righteous about it. It just doesn't happen. So
like people should
an eye opener for people.
Look, people should listen to me more often. Okay? That's like this is.
What are you talking about down the bottom there?
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, that was my short. That was my short. I made a short on YouTube that make like 10% of the views on the Decoder channels. And I say, I'm not touching it. Thank you for the airdrop, but I'm selling that shit. It was January 2nd, 2023. And then, 1.5 billion market cap later.
To be fair to you though, as far as the game of meme coins goes, I don't know if anyone could have genuinely said with 100% certainty, Bonk's going to be the one that makes it out.
No way.
All the other ones out there.
No one would have held that long saying that this thing's going to 5 billion. Like, no way.
But the core contributor of Bonk could have helped you make a decision. Yeah, because there are no nobody is on the timeline.
Yes. Well, credit to them as well. Like what they've done is pretty incredible, and the guys on the team, they're not silly people as well, evidently. So they've played their hand quite well. But yes, I think to try and be gracious to you, Vincent, I don't think anyone could have called it would do what it did at that point in time, at least.
It's always you analyze the whole story because you know the end of it, right? Which is basically, you can't redo that.
Something that I sort of come to this realization is what I sort of practice as well is, I can't remember who said it to me, but someone always used to say to me, like, don't listen to people who aren't in a position that you want to be in, if that makes sense. So like if someone's broke, don't take financial advice off that person. You know what I mean? Right. So like you don't want to listen to people who aren't in a position that you want to be in. And I sort of take that same approach to the timeline when you see people talking about, oh, this is what's going to happen. I called this, I called that. Now, obviously on Twitter, a lot of people are anonymous, so you don't know who's who. Yeah. But I know a lot of people IRL or on Facebook and things like that, people I know personally, and they'll speak with the same type of language that they know for certain. And then you just sort of look at them and think, but you live with your parents and your car is on lease. Like, why are you pretending like you're some financial guru and can literally call market movements, essentially being able to print money, but you can't afford to, buy your own house or live by yourself or anything like that.
In my defense, man, rent's expensive. I don't have a choice.
Hey, no doubt. I'm not trying to shit can that. It's just when I see kids living in their parents' basements but claiming to be right all the time in financial markets, I'm like, well, by all accounts, you should be a multi-millionaire by now, right?
But
if you can call all these bangers, if you can call 100x after 100x, where's your big pile of cash? Why are you still engagement farming on Twitter for for likes. I'd be in the
probably
Bahamas retired right now if I could call 100x after 100x.
They probably called 100x in a $1 position or something like that as well.
Yeah.
Or
Never
got
anything
lucky
substantial.
once and then has never been able to replicate it. That's more or less what happens. Get lucky once, make $1 million off one thing, can never replicate it, but will live off that, feed off that one trade for the rest of their life.
Exactly.
I called this at 100x. I called this at 20k market cap.
But that's the whole persona of like the Dogecoin millionaire, right? Like exactly say like, oh yeah, like I'm the first Dogecoin millionaire. Don't know he has a whole brand around that. Didn't sell when his bag was like worth like 3 million and stuff, and now it's like still like worth like 500,000 or something. And now his whole content is about, bro, Dogecoin is going back up and it's gonna cook. I mean,
there's so much delusion in this space. It brings out the most like just delusional people, which is I don't know. It's just what the crypto space does. It brings out really
can you
weird
imagine
people.
building a persona around the fact that you hold a meme coin as well?
I mean, that's an
interesting one.
my old Twitter account is me holding like 50 digots. That's it. Like that's where I built my own identity on Twitter. I was like, oh yeah, I'm into Digot because I saw Frank first week and I understand his vision. That's the whole also like Twitter game too, right? And that's what, like you said, dynamics, right? When those young kids are playing the social games, they're running after the dollars, but they want more likes than dollars.
Yeah,
God,
and
like
that's the game.
They value views. They value that dopamine hit from views and likes over actually being successful and making money. I don't know. It's bizarre to me, but
they are the one. They are the one with like 200,000 followers on Twitter and can interview Andrew Tate.
Oh, jeez, Stussle, no shots fired there. But
no. But I mean, no. Honestly, Straight Guy is kind of that. But also,
but I think he's built his whole business around that, though.
Yes,
I don't think he's trying to be. I'm a pro trader. Follow him. I think he's just being who he is.
Yeah. I kind of mixed up all of the story because it's a nice transition. But true. But also, like honestly, about Thread Guy, I think he has a clear understanding of the ecosystem he's in, because of his like all growth and grind on Twitter too. So like those dynamics are fascinating in a way.
That's fair enough as well. I mean, at the end of the day, credit to them, they've done something I can never pull off, and they seem to be enjoying it. So happy for them at the end of the day.
You can scream in a Twitter space to make entertainment out of it.
Oh jeez. Well, I mean, go for it, please. When you're ready.
Please
go hold for that shit, man. I can
Let me get my headphones off first.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's too much. I'm too introvert for the shit, man.
Oh, what? You introvert? Really?
Yes.
You reckon? Okay. No, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it. I mean, I know lots of people who seem extroverted and are actually introverted as well. Anyway, that's what the psychological stuff.
But did you watch the interview with like Tate and Thread Guys?
No, I haven't yet. I
watched a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how long it was. I started watching. I'm like, this would be interesting. I know. I think I got to about an hour. I'm like, how long is this thing? And I pushed it. I'm like, I'm not even halfway. Fuck that. It was good though. It was interesting. I enjoyed it. It was entertaining, and it was. Yeah, the topics were cool, but it was, I wasn't going to sit there for 3 hours.
Yeah, I prefer to watch Lord of the Rings. Sorry. No, go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say that, like, I only watched the first hour or so, and it was a lot about, like, Tate's issues with the government and being arrested and all that sort of stuff. Bit about his come up, and I actually had some interesting sort of things to talk about, some topics to talk about. Like, I can tell he's quite educated. Whether or not you like the guy or not, or agree with his views, I can just tell the way that he talks. He's educated and he understands topics. He's obviously done a lot of personal development stuff, because you can just tell whenever what's his name, Thread Guy, came in with a question, he had a really well thought out answer off the fly, and I'm like, yeah, this dude's brain ticks over quite fast. I can see that Thread guy was a little bit intimidated by him. There's a few little hiccups, and he pulled him up on a lie, which was really funny. That was quite funny. Yeah, I can't remember what. Oh, something about getting the jab. He was talking about, did he get the COVID jab? And Thread guy's like, nah, I didn't take it. He's like, are you lying to me? He goes, no, I didn't take it. And he's like, oh, I feel like you're lying to me. And we come back to this. And then like 10 minutes later, Thread guy's like, look, I got to come clean. I did take it. And he's like, fucking no. So it was interesting. It was interesting. But I think they did get into the crypto stuff, but I didn't get that far.
That's what I thought it was going to be the main focus on, because he's done what
everything
is his coin for.
But he's talking about it. So yeah, like when they mention, so I did like a React live stream on the other channel with of the interview, and there is that chapters. So I skipped some of them because I'm not going to do 3 hours live streams watching it. So I skipped into it, and Tate said during the podcast, yeah, I know it's a crypto podcast, and I wanted to talk about anything but crypto with you, just because it's funny and I wanted to. So, but at some point, like he has like experience for years in crypto. He made like millions of dollars. He even mentioned PancakeSwap and Binance Smart Chain performances. So it cooks.
Wasn't he bashing crypto not long ago, or am I not remembering that correctly?
Bro, it's a characters. Like, if you say crypto is bullshit, you have all of the fucking crypto bro that are going to retweet your tweet and say, oh yeah, this Andrew Tate is like such an asshole. But you are going to make 11 million impressions on Twitter.
The engagement.
Like, he knows, exactly. He knows how to trigger people.
Yeah, I think he hangs shit on all like the crypto nerds and the crypto influencers and all that sort of stuff, pump and dumpers and shit. But I think in his Hustles University thing, he did have a whole crypto section, teachers, not him. He obviously had somebody do that, teaching crypto, I guess. So yeah, I don't think he's like fully against it. He just likes to hang shit on all the influence and stuff, which I've actually quite fun.
The type of characters that this space will attract.
Exactly.
That's
honestly, he understands how it works. He say, it's full of guys pump and dumping, or like even like the anonymous influencers that just dumping on their community, etc., etc. I want to clean the crypto ecosystem. I don't want to do it the right way. And then during the stream, I was putting up like the bubble maps of like the the daddy coins, and like when the whole bubble maps, they made a trade about like, there is a huge insider activity and stuff. And so you have Andrew Tate in the background saying, oh, I'm going to clean the crypto ecosystem. And on the right, I had like the bubble maps with insiders and stuff. Bro, you're lying to us, bro. You're lying.
Or do a classic Zach XBT. He's always reminding people of the shit that that shady shit that they've done in the past.
Jason Derulo is wild, bro. Like, in 2021 he launched, like, everyone forgot about it, but like not Dak XBT. Like he got all of the receipts. That guy's unreal. I don't know how he does what he does, but grateful for it. 100%. And even Ariel, like the lawyers from the Monkey DAO lawyers.
Ariel Givner.
Yeah, exactly. I love her. She's awesome. She made a tweet about Sean Kingston saying, oh yeah, this guy is like frauded some jewelry and he has to pay like $500,000 in fees, in fine and stuff. And now he's launching a meme coin. What a surprise. Somebody need to make some quick money.
Lo and behold. Coincidence? I think not.
I know, exactly. GM Michael, hope you're doing well.
Well, I guess maybe this is a quick question I could ask on the topic.
Yes.
Is, as far as regulation goes, with the amount of people pulling dodgy shit in the space, it's never one or the other, right? I think people tend to flock to the extremes of over-regulation versus under-regulation. I don't think you can make a reasonable case for absolutely no regulation whatsoever. It needs to be on some level, especially with what people are doing.
Okay.
But what do you think?
Okay. Stealing money is illegal. Okay? So if you if you promise something and you don't execute on it, and even Ariel said that a tweet, a roadmap tweet, can be a contract, so it's binding.
Okay.
So there is that. So stealing money is illegal. If you defraud your investors from your NFT mint because you say something and you're going to do something else, it's fraud. That's it. But it's a decentralized world. And also, if you are not on the US soil, they can't do shit. Except if it's like a shit ton, like $1 billion or whatever, right? And also, final example, FTX was the most regulated fucking exchange on earth. They frauded people. So regulation doesn't protect you. Regulation protect the status quo of the suits in Washington. So yes, there is that. This is my rant.
FTX wasn't necessarily regulated. Like your assets or your deposits were not insured or anything like that. So it wasn't fully regulated as such. They were trying to comply with certain standards.
It was one of the most complying exchange ever, right?
Yeah. Ish. I think the issue is that there is no regulations. That's the problem. So there's no set standards about what people can and can't do and what information they have to provide.
Yeah.
That's the gray area that people don't understand.
Yeah. And there's a lot to be said for jurisdictions and where people are and how that plays a role as well. That
you might be in another country launching a token, but if you're selling those tokens to American citizens, then it's a different story, isn't it?
Yeah, but how are you going to catch Sahil, who is in Dubai, and there is no extradition to the US?
Who knows? I don't know about
this guy is public on Instagram. All of a lot of his wallet are known by everyone because thanks to Bubble Maps and the dev wallet and stuff, and all of the clusters that he has of different tokens. I don't understand why nobody is picking me up in Dubai because it's not that big.
Yeah,
and there is all of the crypto bro in Dubai too. So
it's definitely interesting that he's so brazen about it as well.
I don't understand these stupid celebrities who keep going to him. Like his name's everywhere as all these warnings, yet there'll be another idiot celebrity just pop up saying, "Oh yeah, this guy did the coin for us." Like, why would they're just so bad at it.
He launched a Telegram and people are joining.
Well, it just goes to show what people
what do you expect
to try and make
people don't give a shit.
Well.
People can make a quick buck. They don't give a shit who's ripping off who.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
If I can make a quick 10x on some rug that he's about to launch, sweet, I'm in it. Yeah. That's their theories or whatever you want to call it.
And it makes sense too, right? Why would you care about like Kevin7502 XX on Telegram that is going to lose his money because you don't that's it. You don't care about him. You're never gonna see his handle ever again, right? But he's ready to give you his money in a way. So
this is just comes down to ethics and morals, right?
No, exactly. No, but 100%. But Bitcoin is successful because, and it's not really hackable because of the computer power that is necessary, right? But as soon as you are hacking the blockchain, then Bitcoin is valueless. Like it will lose instantaneously right away its value. So there is no purpose of trying to steal it, break it, right? It's like it's not fucker proof, but it's foolproof, but also damaging it will damage you to, it's like I have no idea how to say
I know what you're trying to say.
Self-destructive.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And meme coin, because it's PvP, and when someone loses, you get their money. That's the game, right? And as long as you are not again foolproof resistant, someone will try to fuck you over. That's human nature.
Yeah, someone somewhere will be trying to have a go at it.
Exactly. Like, if you tell me, okay, so if you like go into that direction, you're gonna make like 6 figures, 7 figures without any repercussion.
It's amazing what you can do when you don't give a shit. It's
it's a superpower, bro.
Yeah.
If you can sleep by night by stealing,
again, it comes back to ethics and morals, doesn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, and I haven't for me, like the way I make my money matters to me. But I wish it was not the case.
It does frustrate me sometimes when you see like
right
people making money dishonestly, and I'm like, it seems so easy, but I just can't bring myself to do that sort of shit.
Integrity has a price, my friends. Yeah, that's for sure. And I think you could say the same thing of almost every industry as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the reason why I had to take a year away from my profession, because I was like, I need to figure out how I want to approach this. It's just the nature of it. But yeah, ultimately, all you can do is just have faith in what your values are and be comfortable sticking.
I don't think it's just crypto. I think it's just money in general.
In general, 100%.
And because crypto 100%. Is mainly about making money, it just brings out.
It's just at the forefront.
But again, that's why Bitcoin is so beautiful, right? Because it solved that issue.
Yeah, I guess in a way,
Like and if we, like, for example, if you compare that to the democracy that we have right now, like where power corrupts everyone's, even like the most value-oriented people, or as soon as they are like become the president or even like the senators or whatever, then they put the values on the side and they start to make more money than before, right? If we can find a system to govern people that the way Bitcoin works, that would be different.
Like it's the nature as well. Like I think the way it is right now is you're attracting those kinds of people as well.
Yeah.
When those types of behaviors are incentivized, you'll encourage people who are willing to engage in that. But I hear you. I am prepared to step up as your great and powerful communist leader, if you'd like.
Yeah.
It is in my blood. It is in my blood, after all.
I feel like it's this perpetual motion, though, because obviously it brings out these shit humans and shit behavior, but then that creates opportunity for people to build and exploit things, which just encourages more of it. For example, like the pump.fun thing. So we've got people building scam coins and shit coins, brings out the worst in people. Someone sees it and goes, there's money to be made here. We can exploit this by building something that makes it super easy for people to rip each other off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they start extracting, and it's just, and then what happens? We get 4 or 5 copies of that because they go, well, that guy's making $1 million a month. Yeah. We could make one and get a chunk of that. And it just brings out this self-perpetual motion of just people just ripping everybody off. It's just
jumping over each other to do it.
I mean,
speaking of pump.fun, I thought I saw the other day like a post from their Twitter being like almost like saying they were finishing up. Was that just a troll, or does anyone know what that is?
No, temporary close due to market conditions.
Maybe they were not making as much money or something. But I don't know if that was just a troll or not, because the website.
I think the volume sort of slowed down. Where there was 50 coins a second being made, now there was only like 10 coins a second. So they thought, we'll shut it down and bottleneck it for a bit. I don't know.
Yes, please shut down for good.
Yeah, shut them all down. We do not need them. They're a fucking waste. It's just a fragmentation of liquidity. You get a few people getting rich, mainly the scammers. Most people are losing money, and it's just money just leaving this ecosystem. So everything drops from it. This is why we have cycles. It's just this expansion, contraction of fragmented liquidity. And as soon as we have something silly, so this is why you have those market phases of cycles where we go from Bitcoin to Ethereum and like the big blue chip to layer ones, and then you go to altcoins and the meme coins. It's just this expansion of chasing these ridiculous yields, gets sillier and sillier, and then all of a sudden everyone runs out of money and we contract. And generally the market pulls back. So that's almost like a telltale sign. I use this. I use a lot of social sentiment to give me, I guess, confluence with my technical analysis. So if I feel like the market's a little bit toppy and you go on social media and everyone's just buying dumb shit and shilling meme coins, it's like, yeah, this is a local top for sure, because the market is so ridiculously like leveraged to the max of just stupidity. The market is about to teach everyone a lesson. And sure enough, we'll have a big drop after the market gets ridiculously stupid. You go back and like back test this and you'll see it yourself. Every time the market gets ridiculously loose with their money, we have a big market drop. Whether it's a coincidence or not, there's enough data there to recognize a pattern that repeats.
Yeah, it's rotation of risk at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So what's happening right now? Like, what do you see on the timeline? Is that like bull market?
We're back to low risk. We're back to low risk. We've had a wipeout, so everything got a little bit stupid. We had a wipeout. Always coincides with something else. So we had like the Mt. Gox distribution, Germany selling, cascading liquidation, everyone's fear running for the door. We came down to 53,000, I think it was, on Bitcoin. Had a little bit of a bounce up, so people are sort of dipping their toes back in now. I don't even know if we're finished moving down yet. Like, this could just be a bit of a dead cat after that cascade. So we could have another run down to 50, or some. I've seen people throwing down numbers like 45 and stuff like that. I don't really subscribe to it. I'm just sort of saying that people are looking a lot lower. That's not to say it'll happen, but can't rule it out that we're not going to have another dip down just to really wipe out the stupidity, and then we'll move back into a low risk. So we'll have probably Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana starting to build some structure and recover, and then we'll start to see the market flourish again. But yeah, we're not at that point. I know there's things moving because like stupidity doesn't learn, right? So people get destroyed in a meme coin. They're like, manipulation, and they just jump back into some more stupid coin. Right? They don't go, oh yeah, I was being a little bit silly there. I'm like,
this one is not manipulated.
They just go, let's have another crack.
Yeah, your favorite phrase. This time it's different. I'm curious how you found on that topic, Donnie, because very similar sort of mentality yourself in terms of watching how people are behaving. But I felt like it's been for me personally, I've had a much harder time gauging that from the timeline, because I feel like we've gone through so many different mini waves, in the sense that we had, one meme coin boom with like, I think it was like guac, taco, all the food-based ones. Then you had one with like all these cats, like Mew and Popcat or whatever it might be. Then you got the politician ones. Then you had the celebrity ones. We've had so many damn like of these sort of spikes.
Running out of narratives. Yeah.
Because of that, I have struggled to say, well, where the hell are we? Because I might have initially thought after that first time, like, all right, we're in bear mode now, but we've kept going, and they still keep coming up. So how have you sort of navigated that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say, to sort of go with the flow, but I do feel like this stupidity phase has been very overextended. Like, I feel like they all should have been wiped out and redundant months ago, but it's still going. But it's like gets less and less each time, right? So like the first big boom, we've got coins like Whiff and Bonk hitting the billions, all right? And then market gets destroyed, comes back, and now coins are hitting 200 million, 300 million. Like, it's less and less each time. And that's like that diminishing return, that contraction we see. So people are still trying to play the game. People are still entering the casino and rolling the dice. But the jackpots are nowhere near as big, and it's going to get to a point soon where the jackpots are so small that people just stop playing the game. So we're just sort of moving into that wedge there where, instead of people chasing 100Xs, they're chasing 10Xs because that's all the market's given them. And then all of a sudden, it's not even going to be given 10Xs. They're going to be looking for a 2X because that's all the market's given them. And eventually, it's just going to get to a point where nothing's moving. And it's generally just a sign that everyone's run out of money. Because this is a PvP game, right? So money is just constantly flowing to whoever's winning. Now, who wins in these games of meme coins? You got the guys who create the coins and the insiders who distribute the coins, so they get them for free. So they're winning. You get the odd trader who gets one right. Maybe there's some gurus out there who just know what they're doing. You got the snipers who are like snipe bidding before everyone else, or front running with the mev bots. So you do have your set of winners. But statistically, the majority of the players, when I say majority, I'm talking 99.99% of the players playing meme coins will eventually do their nuts and have nothing left. That's when we get to that final contractor phase and that's when nothing's moving. It's because no one's got any money left.
Yeah.
If everyone coming to the casino has no money left, the casino is going to shut the doors. So that's sort of what we're going to wait for.
And it's not just exclusively meme coins. We saw it with the airdrop phase where all these tokens were skyrocketing on the speculation that they're going to get airdrops for it. Celestia, Injective, PIF, they all went through the roof, and they've all come back quite significantly as well. So then, not to put you on the spot too, Donnie, and I'll say in advance, guys, no financial advice here, but where do you think we are in terms of market cycles? Is this a pullback for a bigger move onward? Are we going full bear, like given how silly things have gotten?
So. Yeah, I believe it's a sort of a mid bull market pullback sort itself out. But I hate using this phrase. And actually, I'm gonna rephrase this, right? So the phrase I'm going to use is "this time's different," right? But what I mean by "this time's different" is I believe, and I've been saying this for years, eventually the crypto market will mature. So what that means is liquidity will increase and volume will increase. Market caps will get bigger, but it'll condense into just like the big players. And instead of seeing these ridiculous 10, 20% candles on these big blue chips, we'll start seeing 2 to 3%. And that whole sort of growth curve just sort of flattens out. So, people always throw around those numbers like, every 4 years we have the halving and Bitcoin triples in price. It's like, that number, that multiplication each cycle gets smaller and smaller. It's eventually going to get to a point where that number is so small that it's insignificant. Instead of going, Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million next halving, it's like it might grow by 20%. You know what I mean? It's not gonna 4x. It might grow by 20 or 30%. And I think we're sort of entering that phase. So when I say I think this is like a halfway sort of bull market pullback, that's not to say I think we're about to 10x from here and it's about to be mania. We might have another mania phase, a big blow off top, but personally, I think the market's maturing, and we'll end up seeing this whole curve just really mellow out. Like I would be surprised if Bitcoin gets to 100K. Now, for most people, that's like a low figure. A lot of people are probably looking at 250. I've seen 400. I've seen millions. Honestly, I'd be surprised if we get to 100K. And if you look at like from the top 70K to 100K, that's only a 30, 40% gain. It's not a huge multiplication.
I mean, you have to
Ethereum might 2x.
Yeah.
Might get to 7 or 8K, maybe 10K if we're lucky. That's only a 3x from here.
Yeah.
That's nothing exciting. It's nothing like we've been used to before. And I think people aren't ready to accept that.
Yeah, it's definitely gathered diminishing returns. But sort of looking at previous market cycles, did you find, do you remember us having silly season in the middle of that cycle? You know what I mean? Where we had that pullback before we went up again? Because I personally don't.
I do. I think there's always been silly seasons. I just think it's different every time. Like the narrative is different, and that's why you're probably looking and going, I can't remember having a meme cycle because we probably didn't have a meme cycle last time.
Very true. Very true.
We had by summer. We had ICOs.
IDOs.
Utility coins. I don't remember back in 2017 or so, privacy coins. And then masternodes. Who remembers masternodes? Any coin that was a masternode, like people were loading up 100K for a Dash masternode. You have these different narratives that create silly seasons all the time. So you think but we didn't have that last. We had a different narrative. That's all.
I mean, that's why I was afraid of Solana coming back to all-time high after going to $13, $18 because you always have a more shiny blockchain to play with, a more faster one, etc. But
no, I agree with you. But this also goes with the maturity of the market, right? So yes, back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I'm talking like last sort of cycle. So let's say 3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, that would be the case. And you've got ETH. I don't know. Actually, let's go back to like 2017, 18.
All of the
everything was an ETH killer.
ETH killers.
Yeah. And then I reckon last cycle probably heard a lot more Sol killers than ETH killers. And there's always a new layer 1 coming out that's going to do this better. It's going to be faster and sharding and roll ups and all this sort of shit. So there's always like that narrative. There's always something going to come out that's better. But I think we're getting to a point now where people can't be screwed chasing the latest thing.
Yeah.
It's about a chain actually capturing users. And we've had that. We've got Ethereum and we've got Solana. And I guess you could say Bitcoin, but in the altcoin market, you've got Ethereum and Solana that have managed to actually attach and attract a large user base. A really good example is, I don't know if you saw the photos floating around the last couple of days of the ETH conference that's on at the moment. And it was the Aptos and
Say.
Say and Aptos segment. There was like 6 people in the crowd. And these are supposed to be like soul killers. Like, where is everyone? They don't have users. They don't have supporters. They don't have community.
Yeah.
ETH and Sol, that is, they have captured, I would say, 90% of the users in crypto. The rest of them, like, you'll find, there might be users on Binance. There might be users on layer 2s. There might be users on Polkadot and things like that. But you'll probably find they're actually avid ETH users who are doing a little bit of stuff on Polkadot. But you've got like Solana users are Solana users. And they use that 99% of the time. Yeah, they might have a little play on Aptos. They might have a little play on Sui. But they don't have the same type of following as what we do. So, I don't think we're going to see, and I mean, there's always going to be people coming out trying to build a killer of this and a killer of that and trying to take market share. But I think that game is over. I think we've already seen 2 pretty big winners who have managed to secure that spot. Trying to knock them off the pedestal now, it's too late.
Or at the very least, if there is another challenger, it's harder and harder and harder as time goes on to be that challenger as well.
If you're a layer 1 and you've been around for 3-4 years and you still have not managed to capture an audience, give up. Give up. Quit. Like, if you're still holding coins from things like Valus Chain or Cardano, give up. They are never going to...
Don't FUD my adder bags.
If you've got adder bags, you're smarter than that. But like, there's no way those chains are ever going to grab market share off the leaders right now. It's just not going to happen.
I made a video about Cardano ecosystem because they're doing a hard fork this week, because I didn't know what to do on Solana, so I looked YouTube.
Oh, man, you got desperate, boy.
Exactly, man.
Did you get any viewers on that one?
Yeah, no. I checked for the YouTube trends.
Did you get all 5 of the Cardano supporters?
Exactly. But so made the video, then the whole Omen communities commented on my video and stuff, and I talked to a couple of guys, nice guys and stuff, and even like Astra from Decode community says she has like a bag of Omen. It's a nice community. They are active, and honestly, the Decode is active, so it's probably the only project active on Cardano right now. But bro, like, the user experience is not the same. I don't know if it's because I'm like, I know how to process on Solana and stuff, and it works and it doesn't need to be fixed. So when I have to wait for a transaction for 2-3 minutes, it's broken, even if it's super way.
I went to buy something on Ethereum the other day.
Oh my
God. I don't normally do a lot of stuff on Ethereum, but I was doing some shit coining on Ethereum, and I went to 1inch, right? Because 1inch is like Jupiter. It's an aggregator. It's going to find the best deal. So I'm like, sweet, go buy some Fufu. It was Fufu. I was going to buy some shit coins. So I went to buy some Fufu, right? And I go to do the swap. And first off, it says, you've got to approve the market first. I'm like, all right, fucking approve this. Yeah. That costs 12 cents or something. I'm like, all right, cool. And then it goes, it's going to do a fusion swap. So you need to convert your ETH to WETH. I'm like, all right, confirm that. There's another 40 cents or something. And it says, okay, now do the swap. Okay, do the swap. There's another $1.40 or something in transaction. Okay, now you've done that. Now you need to confirm the WETH market and the Fufu market. I'm like, fuck. Confirm that. And then I went to do the swap, and I'm waiting for and to actually do the swap of
It's
WE to Fufu. 5 minutes rolling, failed transaction. Try again. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I hate ETH already. Like, it is the worst experience. It took me like 10 minutes to buy something, cost $3 or $4 in fees just to approve to do the transaction. I'm like, how is anybody using this shit? It is ridiculous. I don't know how ETH maxis sit there banging their drums saying that we are the best chain. I'm like, you guys ever used your own chain? It's fucking terrible.
Did you remember what Anna said when I asked him like why the ETH whale are not coming on Sol?
It was
what, transactions take too long to get it out?
No, it's because
I think it was more to do with people having money that they don't want to let
they don't
people
want
know
to
about.
touch. Yeah, exactly. They want
to attract attention, so they just leave it. Yeah.
They are happy with like 2-3% APY on their stable coins because this money doesn't exist basically. But the thing is, they have billions of dollars in here.
Yeah, you got to remember, like, ETH's been around for a long time. There's a lot of people who made a lot of ETH at a very low price. Like, there's some big ass ETH whales.
Yeah,
I don't know why people shit on Solana for like having VCs and stuff. Like, oh, there's these VC whales dumping and shit. I'm like, have you seen how many whales there are on Ethereum who have like huge bags? Yeah, probably a lot from illegal activities. Like, it's all the same. I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, and if there is hope for another layer one, they have to raise a shit ton of money day one, and that was Solana. Yeah, no, exactly. But
I don't see it happening at all.
It happened with like internet computer protocol, right?
No, it doesn't. They're not attracting users. They're not attracting users, though. They're attracting people who are going, I'm going to have a bet on this.
Yes, exactly.
They're buying the coins. They've got them on exchanges. They don't use the chain.
No.
Like, I reckon if you could grab everybody who is in crypto and uses crypto and put them all into a bloody chart, there's X amount of hundreds of thousands or millions of people.
Yeah.
You could almost divide them straight down the middle and say half of them use Ethereum, half of them use Solana. None of them use anything else.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Are you saying if a layer one was to come out now, they would have to somehow take people who are Solana maxis and ETH maxis and say, come and be a whatever maxi? You're not going to do it. You're just not going to do it.
Yeah.
If Solana hasn't managed to pull ETH maxis away from ETH, some other new chain is not going to pull them away either.
Do you see Solana flipping ETH?
I see it gaining market share. I don't think it'll ever flip ETH.
Okay. Sad.
I think it'll slowly eat into its market share. But I don't think ETH will ever be topped as number 2, personally.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Liwei, what do you want to say?
I was just going to say, just in general, it's always very hard to pull people away from what they're familiar with and what they know.
Exactly.
Because there's comfort in that. So that's just
that's
nature of humans, ultimately.
Especially when it works well. That's why I never believed that after Phantom success, building a wallet,
not even if it works well. People will tolerate a lot of shit just because they're familiar with it. That's their comfort. Yeah. It's the devil you know.
That's true.
And that's in many things as well. Like, anyway, I won't get into that too much because that's a bit too deep. But anyway,
you're right. But if it works better, Solana succeed because Phantom user experience compared to MetaMask,
I agree.
Top tier.
I think Solana owes Phantom a lot to its success. Because it made it so sexy and easy to use.
Exactly.
It managed to attract a lot of users because of the Phantom wallet. And there's nothing to take anything away from Solflare. I never really used Solflare, but from what I've seen, you disappeared.
Oh.
From what I've seen, it's a pretty similar wallet, so probably as easy to use. Where'd he go? What happens if the host leaves?
We're in charge now.
Holy shit, he's back. Here we go.
Damn, are we back?
No.
We're still live?
Yeah,
okay.
Even I remember as well, like back when we first started delving into sort of Web3 stuff, Donnie, we were primarily operating on ETH, and you were one of the first in that particular group to go into Solana, and I still took a bit of time to convince me to go, okay, let's go play on this thing. And I still remember the first time I downloaded a Phantom wallet, and then I just went, why the fuck have I not been here this whole time? And I think it was in the middle of a period where I was getting really, really pissy with MetaMask as well, because that shit's man. It's terrible.
Yeah, when you're comparing MetaMask and Phantom, it's like it's like Microsoft DOS and like Windows 11 or something like that. It's just
Mac OS 6.
But what always blew me away was like so many of these things. MetaMask, OpenSea is another example. They had no reason to be as shit as they were. No wonder Blur came in and blew them out of the water. Because I don't know what happens behind the scenes, but. Yeah. But I guess that could be said of a lot of technology stuff as well. Like
they get complacent in where they are, and someone just comes out and just overtakes them.
Yeah.
So,
and funnily enough, that's what Simon Sinek talks about in that book that you.
I haven't even started it yet. I haven't even started yet. The kids go back to their mums tomorrow, so might have a sit down in the massage chair tomorrow and crack it open.
That sounds like a good day.
What's the book?
Infinite
The Infinite Game by Simon Sinek.
Oh yeah, it's a good book.
Basically, talking about game theory, from applying it to real life and business perspectives.
Okay.
I like his. I've read his other two, and then I was at the bookshop the other day and I saw that and gone, I haven't seen this one before, and I thought I'd give it a shot. It's actually not what I thought it was about. When I mentioned to Leeway, like, I picked this up the other day, and he's like, I said, I think it's about this and that, and he goes, no, it's about this. I'm like, oh, okay, fair enough.
And you love a bit of game theory too.
I do, but I thought it was more about, well, I guess it is similar because it's about like people playing finite games versus infinite games.
Correct.
Like a different sort of mentality in entrepreneurship is what I was thinking of people who have like a very what's the word? I can't remember the word. Well, the opposite is like an abundance mindset. Some people
pragmatic.
What's the word when you have a very limited scarcity mindset? Scarcity, scarcity versus abundance. And I thought, this could be really helpful to me. So I wouldn't mind reading it. But when I found out it was more about game theory and infinite games versus finite games, I'm like, that's pretty interesting too. So I'm keen to dive in.
It is an application of that to a business context. So guiding how you might approach your business, how you might assess yourself, what you're measuring.
That was what I got from it.
What drives your decision making, all those sorts of things. So it's still
certain businesses playing finite games versus business playing infinite games, and how they sort of stagnate versus continue to evolve as they can pivot, and they're just playing a different game. People who are competing and always looking at the competition.
Definitely an interesting lens to look at it through, because I know when I first sort of went through it, at that time I was looking around a lot of NFT projects and sort of looking at their leadership and assessing like what game are they playing.
That's what I used to do as well. Always start at the leader.
And you see how it plays out, and it's really, really interesting to see it in reality as well. But I won't name names or anything like that.
Oh, you should.
But no, definitely not.
He's got a list. He's got a running list that he just posts every day. I've added this guy.
The Death Note. That's Leeway Death Note.
Oh, mate, if I had that thing, anyway, I won't go
Yes. No, Are you sure you want to say that on YouTube?
No. For legal reasons, this is a joke.
I think we can wrap it up here, right? On the book recommendation. We never do that. That's cool. Did I froze?
Hey, why don't we start doing that? Book recommendation. I don't know if we get many readers now.
We don't get kickbacks for this, for the record, though. We should. We
should set up an Amazon store, Vincent,
exactly.
And drop an Amazon link for every time we recommend a book. Drop the link for the book and get the
in 20 episodes. I think it's the first one. So we need more.
We're gonna start drop shipping books of all things before we know it.
Let's do it.
Good.
Oh, we've just dropped out again.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to do the sign off, like and subscribe?
No, he's back. He's back.
What the heck? Okay, it's really time to end the streams before I disappear for real. Am I back? Am I here?
You are back. Yeah, you're back.
Yeah.
No. Why are you frozen? Okay, coming back.
No,
I'm
not
refreshing.
frozen.
I was panicking for a moment. I thought we'd have to do the sign off. Oh,
Jesus, what the fuck?
Good to see ya. Just one last thing, Vincent. Oh, he's gone again. I'll mention it then. For next week, I've just been invited to do some beta testing for Hawksite. They're doing a V2 update on their platform. So I started playing around with it today. It's pretty cool. They've got some really cool features coming out for those who do a lot of liquidity provision. So hopefully next week, on the next week's Decoder show, we might have a little bit to talk about there and maybe even showcase some of their cool new features.
Okay. Oh, shit. Do I have to move my liquidity now?
No, it's all good. Stay put.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
just, yeah.
Okay.
Hawksite have got some cool tools and strategies and automation for doing LP. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Tune in next week to find out more.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Please do that. Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe.
Follow Dynamics. Follow Skribrs. Read every Skribrs articles on the Skribr media website. And that's it. I think. Yeah. Did you do your like takeaways while I was like frozen?
Yeah,
we're just talking shit about you.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in the chat. Pengzu, Drew, Michael, everyone, thank you so much. We will see you in a couple of hours with Cold Tack DeFi project, hybrid DeFi project, and then as a dash at 11 p.m. my time, AMA. Bro, I'm creating so much
full day.
Yes,
yeah,
bro.
Busy man.
We're cooking. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dynamics. Thank you, Leeway. That was a banger show. See you next week. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't get drugged. Take profit. Bye. And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the live stream.